Meeple Nation Podcast, episode 606, March 2026, turn 1.
Welcome, citizens, to Meeple Nation. Grab your favorite beverage, pull up a chair, warm up those dice, and join us at the game table as we discuss board games and the board gaming world. Each week, the hosts of Meeple Nation share their love for board games and the amazing memories that come from playing games with some very outstanding people. Let us now join our hosts in their natural habitat, the game table.
606, that's almost my favorite area code.
Oh, okay.
If it was 808, it would be.
Okay. Only 202 off.
Yeah, but it's almost there.
We're almost there. Only a few more years.
Yeah, we can make it. We can make it to episode Hawaii.
Oh, is that the area code for Hawaii?
Yeah.
Anyway, that would be my favorite area code as well then.
Well, then we should record in Hawaii.
Oh, we should totally do that.
808 in Hawaii.
That would be
yes,
awesome.
I'm in. Let's
That
start
would mean we'd have to do
recording
801
faster.
and... Oh, wait. Never mind.
We could probably do that too.
Yeah, probably could do that one too. Because 801's a Utah area code.
Yeah. I
For
pieced that
those
together.
who didn't know and still don't care.
Not that anybody actually cares.
Welcome to Meeple Nation. We are your hosts. I am Nathan Howard.
I'm Andy Holiday.
And I'm Douglas Stewart.
Together, we are area code 801.
The entire
We are
code
the
is
entire area code that is us.
Is that a fat joke?
Oh, yeah.
us. I was gonna say that sounds like a fat joke. Definitely.
All right. Never mind. I'm just going to backtrack. Change it up. Welcome to Meeple Nation Podcasts. We are the hosts. I'm Nathan Howard.
I'm Andy Holiday.
And I'm Douglas Stewart.
With our powers combined, we are the world's okayest podcast. Jump on over to our website, meeplenation@gmail. Nope, that's our email address. You can jump on over there, tell us what you've played and how okay you think we are. And it's funny, Doug gave us his prep talk before that this is his episode to edit, so to shape up, and here we are in all of our glory.
I'm just leaving it all in.
And so where was I? I don't know. Our website, meeplenation.com. meeplenation.com. You can go check out all of our past episodes, our terrible jokes, find all of our okayness there in an okay environment that is just okay. We love our patrons. They make us a little bit above okay. You can find a link there. I don't know where I'm going. It's gone. GameToppersLLC.com.
And there's the sponsorship.
That's the sponsor.
Thanks,
And
Nathan.
that's high anxiety.
Moving right along.
This episode is already so weird.
Now we just need to talk about some shows.
Okay, so we're the hosts of Meeple Nation. We got that. We have a website. We got that. We do have a sponsor, Game Toppers LLC. I think we got that.
And it is now Highlight 30.
We now need to talk about some games.
it
Let's
started-
just move on.
It started like 10, 15 seconds ago.
There's no getting this train back on the tracks. We're just going to jump in a new train.
So speaking of out of control and Unstoppable, I got the chance to play Unstoppable finally. I got the chance to play with you, Doug, and then Andy and I got a chance to play it later that same week. And
Indeed.
it was phenomenal. This is by far one of my, probably, just like you mentioned, Doug, in the past, that this is probably my favorite card crafting game. And the ability to where you have your starting deck, and as you upgrade your card, you're going to add cool stuff on your side, but on the opposite side of that card, you're going to be facing that as a threat. And the more you upgrade your cards, the more you're upgrading the bad guys, which is beautiful. And it does it very well. And the ability to add cards to at the start of your turn, at the start of each round, you're going to get a new card. You're going to choose from 3 cards from the stack, depending on where you've advanced your level marker to, and to add that new card. There's so much variety in what you're going to have for your card and those add-ons that you can put on there to make that card better. And I mean, so far I've just played the basic, I guess he's not the basic, but the introductory bad guy, the boss, I can't even remember what he's called.
The Harbinger or something like that.
I think that's right. And I'm very much looking forward to playing the other guys. And then Doug dealt me a low blow on Friday and said that there's no more content coming out for it, most likely.
Oh yeah. Well, this is a game that I've loved so much, and I've beat all the bosses, and that doesn't mean that I don't still want to play it.
Yeah.
And there's difficulty levels for each boss, so you can ratchet up difficulty, and there's definitely some replayability. But I've played it enough now that I'm like, okay, Renegade, when are we going to see some more content for this, right? And so far, there's nothing. Now, they are like re-implementing this. Renegade got the IP for Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I don't know a whole lot about that, but apparently it's taken over the world a little bit. I'm not sure. I think it's very popular.
There's a lot of fandom with it, yes.
But from what I've heard, they are re-implementing Unstoppable, so it's like basically the same game, but they'll make some tweaks and it'll just have a new theme. So we'll have to see what that looks like when it comes out. I don't know.
I'm hoping Unstoppable isn't just put in cold storage.
Yeah, me too. And that's really what it comes down to is I just hope that this is not the end of what we see. There's still so much room in that box.
Yeah,
for more cards. It's like, give me more, please. More leaders to play, more villains to fight, more upgrades, more of the decks that you shuffle together that form the backside, like so they're the enemy side that you sleeve your card into. More drafting options on those 1 through 6. Like you don't even have to change the formula up too much. Just give me more. I want more of this game. So
yeah, and this is a game unlike Wingspan that I will say that I'm very much looking forward to more of the same. Just more content of exactly like you said, just more variety, and but doesn't make it feel like exhausted. But Unstoppable is something I very much want to play. I was telling my wife and my daughter and her husband that I was speaking to my daughter and my husband and said that I played this game that I think you two would very much like. And my wife was
talking
there.
to his daughter and his husband. Just I don't know if y'all caught that.
I was talking to my daughter and her husband, and I told them that they would very much enjoy this game. And Cheryl, well, why wouldn't I enjoy it? And I was like, well, it's just kind of a sci-fi theme that I just don't think you'll like so much. And I like sci-fi. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. We should totally try it. And so, I'm looking forward to trying it too. I don't think she'll like it, but I am looking forward to giving it a try with her for sure. But Ashley and Zach will totally like this. Ashley loved the Star Wars customizable or Star Wars deck building game. And I think this kind of scratches the same itch. It's not the same game at all. But it's just kind of because that is very much a competitive 2-player game. But I think that the enjoyment that I've had playing that game and the enjoyment I've had playing this game kind of just...
There's some good overlap in those Venn diagrams, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
And so, totally. I'm totally going to give it a shot with Cheryl and see what she thinks. And then I would totally love to teach it to Ashley and Zach and see what they think. I think that's something that they would very much enjoy playing together.
Nice. Well, and it also, I think it's kind of cool that both times you've played this, you've got the W.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know you were just playing the first boss on normal mode both times, but this is a game that I've lost more than I've won. So
yeah, and it was kind of funny.
It's challenging.
The first time I played with you, Douglas, I was very much money starved. And I had a hard time upgrading stuff. And then the game I played with Andy, I got a couple of cards that I could stack some money in, and I had the chance to get those cards to come up again and again, and I could pull it out of my discard pile and play it again, which allowed me to then purchase more cards, which then allowed me to defeat monsters, go through the deck faster, get to the cleanup where I could cull out those strike cards and get rid of the garbage cards and have just my beefier cards.
Lean machine that you built. Yeah, it's satisfying. It's satisfying. And even though every time you slot a card, it makes the enemy side more powerful, as long as you have enough money to stay ahead of that curve, you're kind of just constantly outspending the power of the enemies by adding upgrades, right? And as long as you can keep that up, you'll push on to victory. Yeah,
and I think when Andy and I ended our game, I think I had one card that had one open spot to put in it. Everything else, all my other cards were full top and bottom.
I did not have that at all. Not even close. But it was still fun.
Yeah, I liked it. This is a game that all three of us own, which is not something we try to do very often,
It's rare.
very often.
There's probably not a lot that we have that
But
all
I don't-
three of us have. Yeah.
And I don't think it's not on anyone's coal pile because it is a
No,
great
definitely not.
two-player
It's
game.
a great game. Yep, for sure.
So yeah, Unstoppable. I very much enjoyed it, and I don't think I rambled too much about that at all.
Good job, Nathan. We're
There
so
you
proud of
go.
you.
I feel very accomplished, and on that, I am out. You guys enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So this game has been sitting on my shelf and Nathan's shelf
For a long time.
long time. This was a Kickstarter that we got last year, early last year, I want to
This
say.
is 2024, actually.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, it sat on our shelf for a full year.
So I finally read the rules to this after many attempts, and we played this at BryceCon, and this is Stellar Drift pull and write game. And I was very pleasantly surprised with how fun this game is.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So you and I kickstarted it. So we had it ever since Kickstarter fulfilled.
Correct.
And then the following week after we got back, Doug was playing it, and I totally thought he was playing my copy.
Oh, Doug kickstarted it too?
No.
I didn't Kickstarter it. I just purchased whatever
Yeah.
copy
Oh,
you
no
can
kidding.
find online. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so I was
I
like,
bought it on Amazon. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. And so I, when he was done playing it and he started to take off with my game, I was like, "Hey, is that is that your copy?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You bought it too?" And so because it was a good game. Anyways,
Yeah.
back to you. I said I was not rambling.
no, it's okay because this happened at the same time that I taught Vantage, and Andy was like, "I gotta go get a copy of Vantage," and then right after that, Andy taught this Stellar Drift, and I was like, "I gotta go get a copy of Stellar Drift."
Yeah.
So this is good. So speaking of games that we all three own, and it is rare, we don't have a lot of those, but this is another one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
very good.
it's simple time frame. And
Yeah.
I'm shutting up. Sorry, Andy.
Well, it's simple time frame, but it's also, I love the fact that it's one of those few roll and writes. This is a pull and write, but one of the few ones that you have asymmetrical player powers in this, and you get to kind of choose. You get one or two options to choose what you want for your asymmetrical power, and it can be, you can have the same power as other players. But at the beginning of the game, you'll draw 2 dice. You'll pull 2 dice from the bag, and the dice are just, they have the same symbols on all 6 sides. It's just, they're just cubes. They're colored, and they have a symbol on them for probably for those that suffer from color blindness is my guess, which is really very nice because we have a friend that suffers from that. So it's nice that they added that feature. But you'll pull one of those cubes, and then you get to use one of those cubes to determine what your asymmetrical player power is. So there's 4 options that you get to choose from, and then the other cube is going to determine what technology you start with. And so there are 3 technology tracks that you'll get to move up throughout the game, and then you are essentially trying to repair your ship. So your ship is, you wake up from cryo and your ship is a mess, and the only place that is repaired is the energy core, and you have to go out from that energy core and just start repairing parts of your ship, and you're going to score points, you're going to gain rewards for completing those, and you have tracks that you'll get to mark off and get extra rewards. So just the typical roll and write, pull and write game, but you also have an energy track that you can spend energy on to fuel different abilities. And I thought it was great. It was an awesome game.
Yeah. I like the dice in it that it is. I mean, you totally could have done a bag full of cardboard chips. But
Oh yeah,
I think,
but it needed the dice.
yeah, I think we're putting the dice in there. The dice are going to have a longer longevity
For sure.
for those components, and they're just nice. And looking at Doug's regular version, I don't think there's really any difference between his version and our Kickstarter version.
I think your Kickstarter version might have come with a ship that was a promo or something that
Maybe.
wasn't in the base.
And it has several different ships too that you
Yeah.
can play, which is also very cool.
Yeah, and what was it? It was like sometime last month. I can't remember when it was, but you talked about, Douglas, you talked about those games that we're all worried about running out of sheets.
But you never really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this one might be.
Yeah.
This one will get laminated for me.
Yeah.
Because I think there's like 8 different, it's a stack of paper, but there's like 8 different ships, and you kind of have to go through and tear them off. I actually kind of wish they had organized the ships a little bit better.
I agree.
So, but really, if you're playing this at a full player count, each ship, there's only the opportunity, I think, to play each ship like 3 or 4 times. So even though there's plenty to do, overall. I think you'd have to play this a lot to run out, but if you want all the options to play with anytime you play it, this is one that I am going to laminate.
Yeah.
So
yeah, me too. So yeah, good call, Andy. That was a good game.
It is a good game.
Good job backing that.
Hey, right back at you, Nathan.
Yeah, I don't back games.
excellent. Yeah, Stellar Drift, really, really good. And yes, you do. I don't know who you think you're kidding. Last episode, we talked quite a bit about heat. And I just wanted to add to that conversation a little bit. So we talked about heat, and we've kind of mentioned that we wish it got to the table a little bit more. Rocky Road, new expansion coming out. They announced the Legends, which is just kind of a beefier Legends mode. So the Automa or the basically automated racers that you can add to
The legendary
the
drivers.
game. Yep, the legendary drivers. Well, I had a couple of guys that I go to church with, and we every now and then get together for some games. And had one of them reach out, and he was really interested in Heat Pedal to the Metal. And he's like, I've heard really good things about it, but I don't know anything about it. My son, I think, would really enjoy it. And can we play Heat? So they were both of them were going to bring their boys, and then it was really funny because they both had homework. And they were like, so they showed up at my house and they're like, nope, the boys didn't do their homework in time, so they didn't get to come. It was like, oh,
What good parenting.
okay, all righty. So the three of us sat down and we played a couple games of Heat, and we just played the basic. The first time we played, we just played the basic game, and they loved it. They were just like, oh, this is money. This is awesome. And so I was like, okay, well, now we need to introduce these drafting cards. And so we did a draft. So I went over the rules for that. We kicked out the kind of those three basic cards and did the 3-card draft. And the asymmetry that introduced into the game was really cool. And it was really fun to see them start to synergize with those cards and sort of figure out strategies. And it kind of takes a minute. Like, there's actually a lot of depth to Heat in how you navigate turns and what cards you hold on to and what you try to kind of blow through when you risk taking big bursts of heat versus trying to cool down. I think there's actually a lot of strategy in Heat that's really fun.
There is. I agree.
Sometimes it's a game we've played a little bit, and games start to maybe feel like they're not necessarily getting old, but you start to feel like maybe a vet
Samey.
and just kind of like, yeah, maybe a little samey and just kind of like, okay, whatever. So fun to get this to the table with new players who are seeing it with fresh eyes, which is something we need to do more often because there are so many great games that I think when you're at the table with people who haven't played them before, it is revitalizing, right? There's some rejuvenation that takes place when it comes to your love of the game that's at the table. And that was definitely what happened for me. I had a great time playing. It was a really, really enjoyable experience. And now I'm actually pretty excited about playing some more Heat and actually diving more into some of those modules. The weather, I haven't played really with the weather hardly at all. And then the tunnels,
I haven't done
tunnel
the
vision,
tunnels.
I think expansion.
Yeah.
I've played on those maps, but I don't think I've played with any of the mechanisms that come with it yet. So I'm really excited to dive into those and play some more. I want to play more Heat, and it's fun. It's fast. I actually had forgotten how fast the game really can be. It doesn't need to take a long time to play game Heat.
Yeah. No, it's unlike
Formula Day.
Thank you, Formula D Day, whatever you want to call it. And and it's funny, Douglas, you were talking about, we were playing that online, Formula D, and Douglas won, but
I blew up, but
all of
so
us
did
blew up.
all of us. So we all won. They gave us all the victory with 0 points.
So it's kind of funny that all of us, and I thought I was doing good. I didn't realize that I had spun out, but
So it was a cooperative game.
yeah, apparently, yes.
Where we all won with
Cooperative
0
racing.
points. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we all got a participation award.
Yeah. I have good memories of Formula D back in the day. I played that with my boys and it was fine. But I think once you really sort of unpack what's there, the mechanisms, and sort of understand design philosophy, it falls short.
I think that a lot of games are like that, right? Once you
I
figure
agree.
out what it is, and there's games out there that have a really good theme, but once you figure out the theme is not what, if you're playing the game for the theme and you keep losing because somebody's playing the game mechanics and just winning every time, then you're like, oh, it's kind of defeats the purpose of the theme. And there's sadly there's several games that fall in that category where I buy it because of the theme and I enjoy the theme, but then Dave comes along and just finds some way to break the mechanic and take the not necessarily take the fun out of the game. Richie takes the fun out of the game. He totally doesn't take the fun out of the game. But he just makes me cry when I lose all the time. All of the time. But anyways, enough about my emotions.
It is funny, though, that most of the time when you play with Richie, you do manage to put him right there on your right-hand side.
I do, yeah. It's like I just want to sit after him.
It's like, I just want to follow Richie.
And have him take everything that I wanted to do and leave me breadcrumbs.
Yeah, it is funny how you do that quite often.
Who has the next highlight? Are we back to me?
Sure are.
All right. Speaking of that, we have Flashpoint Fire Rescue. This is one that we had played. Douglas, you and I had played it, and so I have the legacy version of this that I really want to get to the table. And so, in preparation for that, I wanted to play the base game again with some new people. And so James and Tyler were here and we were trying to split up who was on what table. And I was like, I think both of these guys would really like this game. And I was right. And they both very much loved it. And it is one that...
it's because it's a good game.
Yeah. James went after it to try to see if he could order it. And now I think I'm totally ready to introduce us to... the legacy version. So we need to schedule a night and get that to the table. Maybe the same night that we are finishing up Ticket to Ride Legends of the West. We can end that night with the first game of Firepoint.
Yep. It's just a matter of scheduling. We can do it. We have enough game nights now that we can do this. We just got to schedule it.
Yeah. I'm going to totally do that this week.
Awesome. Yep.
Making it so.
Okay.
I love it because I really want to finish our Ticket to Ride. I mean,
I do too.
And we have been working on it. But, you know, it's not been sitting idle for too long. There's been a little bit of a gap between a couple of the plays, but we're 6-7 games into that one now.
I think so.
Yeah. And it's been great. Really fun.
I love it. Yeah, it's
really
a great game. But yeah, no, Flashpoint Fire Rescue, it's very, I wouldn't say simple, but it is, you are a firefighter and you're trying to go into a house that is on fire. You are trying to put out the fire so that it doesn't explode. And then at the end of your turn, the fire spreads. And if the fire spreads to where there was already fire, then it will explode and causing more fire. And then possibly destruction to the walls. And if there is too much destruction to the wall, the building will collapse and the firefighters lose.
I haven't played this yet, but this definitely has a Dead Man Tell No Tale vibes.
A little bit.
Actually, yeah. No, it really actually does quite a bit. You get, mechanically maybe not, but but the feel of playing it cooperatively at the table definitely leaves you with that. Like very, very challenging, clever mechanisms. Yeah. With the way that fire spreads, the way that you have to move and try to rescue the people inside, the way that explosions sort of trigger and then it's crazy how much stuff can trigger, right, when that fire gets going, because it can not only spread, but then it blows stuff up, and there's hazards, and then those trigger, and it's exactly like on Dead Men Tell No Tales when the boat is just blowing up and triggering different explosions and stuff. It's exactly like that.
Yeah, you have a fire engine that you can move around on the outside with a water cannon, so that you can spray specific quadrants. You can spray one of the 4 quadrants, but you can't spray a quadrant if there's a firefighter in that quadrant. So you got to coordinate. I'm going to stay outside of that. The rest of us are going to stay outside of that while Andy can go over there and spray that area. And if you are successful in where you aim the cannon, you can put out a lot of fire. Or because it's a die roll, you could, or I guess it's 2 dice. You're rolling a pair of dice, and not to be confused with paradise, but you're just rolling a pair of dice. And
thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, not 808, but a pair of dice.
Meeple Nation, folks. Here we are.
And
excellent.
But anyways, fire, bad. Water cannon, good.
It sounds fun. It really does sound like an enjoyable game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is very challenging. The one time that I played it, we did lose by quite a lot, actually. It was not close.
It was not close. But anyways, Flashpoint, Fire Rescue. And then there's a ton of maps too. Not a ton. There's 6 maps that you can get to go with it. New one coming out, California something.
Oh, too soon.
It's not my fault they made it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a little edgy.
Yeah, but California's always on fire, so
That's true.
nothing.
Flashpoint Fire Rescue, California Palisades expansion. That's
Oh, wow.
that is
They should have just called it a
dark.
Palisades expansion. I mean, that's
Dark. That could go so many different directions, and we probably shouldn't. So, moving on, we got to pull out an old favorite just this last week. We pulled out Earth.
Yeah.
This is the first time I got to play the new expansion for it, or the maybe not so new
abundance. Yeah.
maybe the not so new expansion, but new to me expansion.
yeah.
with
It was
the-
my expansion, and I still haven't played it with the
Well, it was really good,
upgraded
Nathan.
pieces.
And the
It
pe-
looked nice.
The pieces were awesome. The upgraded pieces were super nice. But man, I forgot how great Earth is.
It's so good. Yeah, it's an excellent game.
So this was the first time play through for who played with us. It was two. There were two guys at the table with us, and I
It
can't-
wasn't Ben.
No, it wasn't Ben.
It was Brad.
It was
and
Greg.
Andy Ruckwood.
Yeah.
No, it was Andy. Brad was gone. It was Andy and Greg.
Andy
Yeah,
and Greg.
correct. Yep.
And I think they felt that it was a little fire hosey. That could have been my teach because it had been a minute. So Doug was helping me. So we did a co-teach on that, but it had been long enough that since we've played it, it was probably not the most smooth teaches that we've ever done. But yeah, that game is. I love the engine building in that game, and I went a completely different direction in this particular play than I've ever gone before. Just based on the cards I had in my hand, I set my strategy, and I was hoping to get some of the cards that would benefit me more, which the expansion allows you to actually spend your seed to go in and dive into the deck and find specific cards you're looking for, which when you're trying to do an engine builder is huge, especially once you've committed to a certain route to be able to spend a seed to go dive into the draw pile to try to find a specific ability on a card is so nice. What a good
it's that,
addition.
that new germination action, and it's very powerful. I like it. It's really good.
So great. So I this particular playthrough, I went with trying to get a lot of compost in my compost pile, and because I got an extra point for every compost card, up to 30 points. And then I got so many terrain cards in my hand that game, and so I was just playing terrain cards. I think I scored 66 points in just terrain cards, which was awesome, and ended up barely sneaking the win out from Doug, I think.
It was tight scores. I actually took last in that game, but
Well, that's right. We thought you were going to destroy us, but yeah, that's right. You ended up taking last.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I did good. We were all right there.
We were.
It wasn't a really widespread, but Andy and Greg did very well, and both loved the game. I mean, they sung its praises afterwards. So I agree. I think especially there at the beginning, they thought they were kind of drinking from the fire hose, but like a third way through, they were both kind of humming along, and their
No Hadrian Wall.
their questions, their questions started to diminish, and they were starting to fire and figure it out, and by the time it ended, I think they both loved it.
Yeah. So there was no whimpering during the teach. So
Yeah, very true.
anyway, so this was one that I don't think we get to the table enough, and I'm really glad we were just kind of looking around. What are we going to play? What are we going to play? And we decided on Earth, especially because we had two people that hadn't played it before, and it was just a great time to revisit something that has been a group favorite since it first came out.
Yeah, it is a good game. I keep entertaining the idea of possibly calling that game, but I think it'll probably still stay in my collection. Not because I don't, mostly because I look forward to more games that I can get out real quick to play. And Abundance, or Earth before Abundance, was not bad, but you add Abundance and you add all those upgraded pieces. It is kind of it's not necessarily a table hog, but it does take some tear down and build up to get the game to the table, which is something I find more and more that I want to just be able to pull a box off, get it out, and get going. But I'm gonna keep it still.
Okay.
That was a lot of dramatic Nathan there. Wouldn't have it any other way, I guess.
I felt the build up.
You felt the build up.
I did.
And then the letdown
I was into it. I was on the edge of my seat. And
yeah. And then you're like,
whew, thank goodness.
ooh, it's no wingspan after all.
That's awesome. Well, the last one that I wanted to talk about was another one that we got to play that Andy taught us, and I was so excited. Endeavor Deep Sea was a phenomenal game, and I want to play it. I want to play it again. I really want to play this one again. I like this game so much. It's great.
It really is.
I'm trying to remember all the mechanisms because it has been like a month or so now since we played it. But like I love the way you recruit your crew?
Yeah, your crew.
And then they have the action spots on them really tight in terms of like, you know, what, because you have those different tracks that you need to work your way up so that you can do more things and get more things and be able to afford more things. And it's one of those that's like, yeah, you need to go up that track. That track is the number one important track. And also this track is probably the most important track. But actually, when you think about it, the track below that's actually probably the most important track in the game. And it's one of those where you just keep going back and forth and you're like, I need all of them, you know, and you're just trying to work those up and find that balance. This is definitely one I want to play again. I love that this has so much replayability. It seems like it would have a lot of replayability just because of the randomness of the cards that come out. I think depending on the cards that come out, that's really going to dictate a lot of the strategy that you strive to go for. And also, it sounds like there are, you'll have to jump in here, Andy, but it sounds like there's some missions and things like you can actually play through. Yeah. Like, is it a campaign? It's not a campaign.
It's not necessarily a campaign. It's a scenario. So I've picked a random scenario which gives you your mission board of what you're trying to do.
Okay.
But if you start from the beginning, it kind of tells a light story. It's
interesting.
You know, that there's a reason why you're doing this particular mission, and it's based on kind of loosely on what you did previously. But it's not super deep on story, but the gameplay is so amazing. And you're right, as far as going up on those tracks, they are all equally important. So there is definitely some give and take on how you're going to go up. Because I can focus on going as deep as I can and moving as fast as I can. But if I don't get my action discs back or don't generate action discs, then I can't do anything anyway. So it's, or if I don't have crew members that are the leveled up, more powerful crew members, then I'm going to get left in the dust by everybody. So yeah, there's a lot of things to do and things to keep in mind. And you kind of can't just focus all your efforts on one particular thing.
Mm-hmm. Constant tug of war between all of those different things and managing them and finding balance. It was great. I really liked it. And the theme, I liked the theme. Theme was great.
Exploring the deep space, or not deep space, deep sea, and the race to get to the new explored spaces.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, because
in the game.
I was kind of ignoring that bottom track a little bit, and I was working the others, and I was like, okay, I'm doing real good. And then I went to go deeper down, and I was like, oh, guess what? Remember that bottom track? That's the most important track. Can't do it. So then you got to pivot and go a different direction. But the fact that you can get multiple subs out and you're exploring in multiple places, there's always like a different path you can take, something you can do. Mm-hmm. And a little bit of a race on some of those cards, right? Like you definitely like you cover certain actions or spaces up with your action tokens, and so once that's done, it's done. So you can kind of deplete what a card has to offer, and if you're really behind the curb, you could get stuck. So it keeps you on your toes and keeps you thinking. But I really enjoyed Endeavor Deep Sea. I thought that was a great game.
Yeah, and they've kickstarted the expansion for that last year.
Oh, really?
So there is a new expansion coming. I'm hoping it comes by the end of this year, but it's Kickstarter, so probably not till next year. That's my guess.
Well, that's awesome. Love to see more of a good game.
All right. Let's see if get my sound effect here.
Oh, good heavens.
Turning the page.
Okay.
Maybe
is that going to be a thing now?
I hope.
Oh, don't do that.
Good heavens.
No. Oh, don't do that.
How about this?
How about we just move on to stuff that we are looking forward to playing?
It could be. I don't know. So you guys have both played Cities now.
Yes.
Everybody I've taught Cities has really enjoyed Cities. Simple little game that comes with some level of challenge as you explore the game. Well, Cities has an expansion that is out now, or not. It's actually probably out now when this is released. But this is Cities, the city achievements and theaters. So the city achievements, it gives you several new city boards so that you're exploring. So you have like the Netherlands, Russia. So you have St. Petersburg, Antwerp, Rome, Santiago, Ahsoka.
I was going to say
Star Wars. Woo! Yeah. Star Wars themed. Awesome. Apparently not, huh?
Tokyo, Shanghai, all wide variety of different cities that you're going to be exploring.
Were you trying to say Osaka?
That's what I was trying to say, but I totally did not.
Osaka.
Yeah.
All right.
And then as I looked at the word, all I could think of was Ahsoka. And so I'm like, Tokyo. Let's go with Tokyo. But anyways, so a variety, because I think it was Andy when you said that when we first played, so you're like, there's only 4 city biles. There's only 4 city tiles that you can choose from, and I've played the game several times now. I think I've played everything at least 2 or 3 times. So yeah, I'm super excited to get some more content, and then it includes the mini expansion theaters, which includes 4 theater tokens. So at the time of taking tiles from the feature row, a player may discard one of the monument or special feature tiles just taken to take a theater tile. So it's great for when you're like, oh, I don't necessarily need this feature because I've already got my 4 features in the garden or the parks or the lake. So you can swap that feature tile out for a theater tile, and then you can place it into a city space in their city. At the end of the game, you're going to score 1 point for each building of this in the same row and or column as the theater token.
That's cool. I like that.
So
it's more city planning that you're going to have to do to try to score max points for your theater too. I like it.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
This expansion has a lot of little content that is going to expand cities and make it even more replayable. So super excited about that. And then if that wasn't enough cities for you, there is a new version. Version.
Sweet.
When you have an aversion to it, you can go to Cities USA.
Oh, nice.
A great American city awaits your vision. Step into the shoes of an urban planner as you take on the challenge of transforming a bustling metropolis into a modern masterpiece. So you're going to be the same thing, planning out your cities, but in a whole new way with you're building out streets, neighborhoods, all to become a piece of your legacy.
Yeah, and I like what it says here. It says, in this completely independent version of Cities, you will find the essence of its predecessor, but with new mechanics such as skyscrapers, bridges, and highways.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not more of the same, but it's some of the same, but different.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely space on my shelf for this and Cities, especially now that Cities has this expansion. So yeah, Cities USA and Cities City Achievements and Theater.
Whew. Fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, that's exciting. They're coming out with more
wait to
city stuff.
Play that when you get it.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal game. In fact, I was talking to my daughter Sierra about this game, especially, or in particular, Cities today, telling her how much she would enjoy it. She was actually teaching Flip 7.
Oh, really?
When I talked to her, yeah. So it was there.
There's a Flip 7 Vengeance.
Flip 7 with a Vengeance, or Flip 7 Die Hard, or I don't know, some
like that.
sort of like
a new version out that I haven't looked into it too much, but I just saw something come through my feed the other day, today, in fact. And I'm gonna, while you're talking about whatever you're talking about, I'm gonna look up and give you an update in just a second.
It is called Flip 7 with a Vengeance.
With a Vengeance. Well, she was teaching this today, and it was only so she was playing it with another gal and a water bottle. And Sierra took first, the water bottle took second, and the other person took third. So apparently it's a skilled water bottle that I'm not exactly sure how they integrated the water bottle as a third player, but somehow they did, and the water bottle took second place.
Nice. I lost to a water bottle.
Anyway, so I guess one of the individuals that was there with him is like, you come every single week, you're teaching a brand new game, you're teaching something new every week. And she's like, yeah, this one I haven't played, it's new to me too. But she does, she's getting she's out converting gamers. It's awesome.
There you go.
But yeah, it's been she's liked it. I figured that was one that she would enjoy. I've received several free copies, and so I passed one along to her.
Yeah, that's great. So Flip 7 with a Vengeance, same 1 card or 1 2 2s, 12 12s, but you're going to have a whole variety of new special cards.
Yeah, stuff that cuts your points.
Yeah.
Like it'll cut your points in half, or allow you to steal cards, or force someone to draw 4, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
So while you guys are at BryceCon was the first time I've seen someone get the colors, one of each color or whatever, however many colors you need. When Richie got that in that play that you guys were playing down at Bryce.
one of each color.
Oh, to actually get the 7.
To get the 7.
Oh, to get the 7.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
That's the only time I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times, but yeah.
But ask
I
him how many
usually
times
bust.
he's won the game.
How many times have you won the game, Nathan?
Not very often. I have a little bit of a pressure luck issue.
Yeah.
As
I actually don't think going for that is the winning strategy.
No, and you definitely got to know when to fold them.
When to hold them.
Yeah, because pushing your luck to try to get that 7th one
See, the problem with push your
pays
luck,
off so little.
the problem with push your luck games with you, Nathan, is you're used to pressure luck games that involve dice, which you particularly do very well at for some reason. Whereas with cards, the order is not going to change.
Yeah, no, the statistics are not in my favor that way.
Right.
And I
Well, with
as
dice,
try
they
as
aren't
I
mine
may, but for some reason, dice love me.
Yes, they do.
But it sure does feel good when it all comes together that one time.
Yeah, and that's why you do it, right?
Yeah. Sure.
1 out of 10 times, it works 100% of the time.
Math is fun.
Indeed.
Well, I'm really excited to play Invincible, the card game. I have the first round of this. It's sitting on my shelf at home.
Is it a card game as well?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. I have not even split the seal on this one yet, but I'm really excited. Did I teach you two Invincible, the hero building game?
I don't think so.
Not me. Nope. It was Dennis and Matt.
Yeah, I know Dennis and Max, but I also played it at home, and I thought we had played it at a game night, but okay, yeah. So I need to get that excellent game, like really, really good, like bag building, bag pulling game. You know, you get cards that have abilities, you level up, you keep pulling stuff from your bag, you move around, fight enemies. It's like really, really excellent game. And I like Invincible, right? Like I was a big fan of the comics. I read a lot of those. I haven't checked out the Amazon. I know they're doing like a TV show. I haven't checked that out yet. I've heard it's good. Maybe a little adult. I'm not sure if I'm up for that, but I like Invincible, and I did really like the comics. So this is an IP that I do enjoy. But I've been hearing really, really great things about this. The card game currently has an 8.2. This is one that did kickstart. So it crowdfunded. I did not back it, but I did get the aftermarket stuff. And it just looks really, really fun. I did back the second wave though. So I did go in on getting, I guess they're just calling it like season 2 of Invincible. But I think not only is it a theme that I like, and I think, you know, design wise and everything else they're doing with the Invincible games is something that I'm looking forward to, but it also really intrigued me. So this is supposedly it's like a deck building game, but it's not one where you necessarily are like shuffling your deck. You're collecting the cards, ordering them, and then executing combos. And then, you know, so it's not necessarily hand management. It is a deck building game. You start with a weak deck and you are trying to build it up into a strong deck. But that mechanism that you typically associate with a deck building game is not there. It actually allows you to collect cards, build combos, and then execute them. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out. I'm hoping this is one that I can read the rules to and get to the table soon. But
so this is completely standalone from the first Invincible game.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. This is not associated with the hero building game. This is its own thing. So, and I am excited about it. You know, this came out in 2025. I'm hoping that the season 2 will come out sometime this next year. We'll get, you know, season 1 played, or, you know, the stuff that's out now, and then hopefully have a whole bunch of new stuff to play when that comes out. So
I love that the female superhero's name is Atom Eve.
yeah,
That's awesome.
well, it very much has to do with her particular power set too. So
Splitting atoms.
yeah, she manipulates things at a more molecular level.
Atomic level. Nice. Cool. Yeah, it looks fun.
I am looking forward to it.
So apparently I'm all about sequels. Do you call them sequels in the board game? No, we call them expansions, but I just was trying to get Professor Dax to roll his eyes. But anyways,
I don't think it takes much.
no,
Were you talking about a show or a movie?
I was talking about a show
Okay. But
that I saw in the movie theater.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That'd do it.
That'll do it. So, Douglas, you like the gang.
I love the gang. I think it's
So
a
there
fantastic
is
game.
an expansion coming
Yes.
out for the gang
Mm-hmm.
that expands it to 10 players.
Which I have some real trepidation about.
Or you can get the deluxe version,
which I have no trepidation about.
Which also expands it to 10 players.
Which I have trepidation about.
So, yeah. So I couldn't really find a clear difference between what the what is in the deluxe version, and so I asked AI to see if it could tell me what the difference was. So take this as a grain of AI. I don't know if this information is correct or not, but it says the difference, the standard version uses typical cardstock. The deluxe version uses casino quality plastic cards. They're heavier ceramic chips with the metal core that come in the deluxe version. And then there's a play mat that shows the turn, the flop, and the river. And the deluxe version goes up to the 10, includes the expansion material. And yeah, so take that with your AI. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to more.
Yeah, I'm reading some forums and it does look like, so when they say ceramic poker chips, this is like ceramic with the metal core. Type poker chip, so like a really high quality chip, which is great. I think that the chips that come in the base game are totally fine.
Yeah, I thought they were fine.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The game mat, this is not a game that really needs a game mat, so
Agreed.
It's like, okay, sure. I mean, all right, fine.
Yeah.
But plastic cards. So I think in the initial deal, the initial readout, I think it did say like casino quality cards, but I think they have confirmed that these are PVC cards.
Okay.
So, which I definitely am a fan of that I really like PVC cards. Some people don't like them because they are harder to shuffle for some people. And every now and then it's, I agree. Like I can kind of see what people are saying, but ultimately though, I think PVC cards are great. And then it has actually like 3D pieces for the alarms and the like if you're setting off the alarms or breaking into the vaults, like I guess those aren't just represented by cards. They're actually like a 3D piece now.
Okay, nice.
So I'm definitely interested in this for the deluxe components. I don't think it's super necessary. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll just buy the more players expansion or just get a whole, who am I kidding? I'm probably going to get the deluxe edition of this, but the deluxe edition just has that expansion already built in and then with the better components. So yeah. There's also supposed to be like the dealer mini expansion that comes in the deluxe version. So yeah, I'll probably end up buying it.
Yeah, I knew you would. That's why I ordered it for you.
Oh, fantastic. Done.
But
no,
I may have
I'm
also
excited.
ordered
the game is fantastic.
Expansion that expands it to you makes it to 10 people for the base game too.
Fantastic.
You ordered both?
Yeah, why not?
Well, that gives you a copy to travel with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you want one too, Andy?
Nope.
I didn't think so. That's why I didn't order you one.
Thanks, Nathan. I haven't played it yet.
You haven't played the game?
Really?
Nope.
As many times as it's hit the table, you
Yeah.
haven't played it yet?
I have
I
not.
play it all the time.
Nope, I haven't played
How
it
have
yet.
you avoided that?
I haven't avoided it.
Okay, when we're done recording here, we should, the three of us could play that in about 15 minutes, less 10 to 15. We should just play that really quick when we're done here.
At the game table.
And that's it.
Well, I do want to talk about one more before we finish. This is, I don't know what the weight of this is. It's not rated yet, but it is supposed to be coming out this year, and it's called PDX. This is PDX stands for the Portland Airport, I believe, and you are working it's a race to become the city's favorite airline in the Portland Airport. So this is a game where it's a 2 to 4 player game. It blends worker placement, tableau management, and economic strategy into a highly interactive airport expansion race where every destination impacts the evolving air travel landscape. And so it sounds kind of cool. So you are unlocking new routes. You're enhancing and upgrading and building new airport infrastructure. You are trying to manage your destinations, aligning services, and do marketing to gain more customers and to increase your prestige. So at the end of the game, the airline with the most prestige wins. The game ends when either the office expansion or the market saturation reaches their peak. Sounds interesting. Sounds like it could be fun. It actually, looking at the components, reminds me a lot of Let's Go to Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just kind of has that feel to it. It looks like it could be a very cool game. I wouldn't say that has great art, but it's more just graphic design there's a little bit of artwork, which seems very simplistic. But no, I think the concept kind of sounds cool. It would be fun to try.
That does sound. I am definitely interested. PDX.
Interesting. Well, when you start comparing it to something like Let's Go to Japan, that definitely perks my interest.
Yeah, it did me too. And I'm just glad it wasn't PDX 90. I don't know if I can handle that.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
It wasn't the exercise series back on the
P90X?
Yeah, P90X. Well, okay, never mind. Moving on.
Still don't know what you're talking about, but great.
It's some
It was an exercise
program that you could spend hundreds of dollars on.
You lost me at exercise.
it was like the hot thing back in the early 2000s.
But then everybody pirated it, so
Okay.
everybody and their dog had a
Copy
of it that nobody used.
Wow.
You should have no, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Wow, where was that going?
I don't know. Now
There was a sketch on Studio C about it where they do the modified version of it.
Oh,
and she's like
okay.
eating a sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have in the video it's like, oh, if you can't do the modified version, and it's usually an easier version of it, and they did a spoof on P90X.
Can't do this, do the modified, and it's like her just sitting.
Yeah,
eating a
she's just
sandwich.
sitting down eating a sandwich.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, another one that I'm looking forward to is Evenfall, The Crystal Path. So Evenfall is a game that we have played only a handful of times and one that we all really like. It's actually an excellent game, and I want to dust it off and play it again some more. I don't know why we don't play it some more. But this expansion has been very, very delayed in making its way. I think there might be some copies out there and people are able to play this. There are copies out there, but those of us who kind of pre-ordered the main printing of this, it still has not made its way to all the distributors and across the United States. So I'm still waiting for my copy of this to come in the mail, but I'm really looking forward to Evenfall, The Crystal Path. It sounds like this is kind of a modular expansion, so it adds more of everything that's already there, but it also introduces the Crystal Path, which is, I guess, a new way that like sort of the magic flows from the world tree, and what that means sort of mechanically and components wise. I don't know, but it all sounds really good. So this is a game that I really like and I want to play more of. So hopefully this expansion will give us an excuse to get it back to the table because it's very fun.
Gosh, it's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Something like that since we played the base game.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a great game.
So I am very much looking forward to it.
All right.
Got a story for us, Nathan, to finish off? Or
Put me on the spot. What can I come up with?
I was just hoping for another song.
Give him a second.
I feel like that kid from Incredibles. What are you staring at?
Something amazing, I guess.
We're waiting for you. Yeah. Something amazing.
No, you got to catch me when the creative juices are at a full. And
He's too busy. He's too busy ordering more games and organizing spreadsheets. So the creative part of his brain.
are
Let's try that again.
Oh, I totally wanted you to leave that in there, but you cannot. Go back. Erase when I said.
Wow. Actually, I think I'm just gonna bleep it. I think I'll leave it. I think I'll leave it.
And on that, I'm gonna say that's all, folks.
Until next time.
We'll see you on the cutting room floor.
Thank you for listening and being a part of Meeple Nation. If you would be so kind as to follow, subscribe, share, and rate or review this podcast, it really helps to spread the fun. You can be more involved in supporting the podcast by joining the nation at patreon.com/Meeple Nation, or you can find a link at the top of our webpage, meeplenation.com. And while you're there, look at all our extra content. There are links to all our past episodes, a wide variety of blogs, pictures from our Instagram feed, and bios for all the hosts and our awesome bloggers. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all under Meeple Nation. If you would like to chat with the hosts or other members of the nation, you can join our Facebook group, Meeple Nation Off Air. We hope to see you again at a game night, a con, or maybe a suspense-driven evening of werewolf. Thank you for listening and supporting Meeple Nation, and stay tuned for next week's episode.
Thank you so much for listening. We very much want to thank our patrons who help keep the podcast running. I personally want to thank my co-hosts for all the help they provide with both content here on the podcast, in addition to what we have available on our website. Without them, the podcast would not happen. If you too would like to support the podcast, you can join the nation at patreon.com/Meeple_Nation, or you can find a link to Patreon at the top of our webpage, meeplenation.com. If you have any questions, comments, or games you feel should be on our radar, you can always reach us at meeplenation@gmail.com. We can't wait to hear from you. I am grateful to Doug and Andy who helped me edit episodes, and I want to thank James and Kim Clark who do the editing on our blogs and on our webpage, which can be found at meeplenation.com. We want to thank Brain Detergent for our music. If you want to find more from him, you can follow his links that can be found on our webpage, or simply search for Brain Detergent on YouTube to find more of his tracks. Thank you again for listening and being part of the Meeple Nation community.